Well, mark this date down, 8:30 a.m. on July 28th, the world ended. Actually, it's just a number. The GDP fell for the second time in a row. So by usual definition or rule of thumb, everyone says if the GDP drops is negative for 2 quarters in a row, we're in a recession. So GDP really just measures the size of the U.S. economy or whatever country you're doing it for. So it's the value of all the goods and services for that quarter. So I'm not a fan of definitions. That's the thing. So it's one thing, right? So GDP is one number, but you got job growth, you got unemployment, you have consumer confidence. A lot of other things play into whether we're actually in a recession or not. So there's actually a group that will decide in about a month or two about whether we're in one or not. But everyone thinks we are now. So when they talk about the GDP, they're talking about like investments, inventories, residential, non-residential, that's commercial, government spending, all this stuff went down by 0.9% on an annualized basis. So it's still going down 2 quarters in a row, it's down. But personal spending is still going up, but slower than it was before. Inflation has something to do with that. But the point is it's still going up, but slower. So we're heading toward, I'm going to have people on here saying, yeah, we're definitely in a recession. We're definitely not. We don't 100% know whether we're in a recession or not. And again, it's just a fucking buzzword. It doesn't matter that much. The bigger thing is what's going on. The word recession or not. So what happens to your life if we say we're in a recession? Nothing. CNBC, CNN, they can fucking go off on it. The government starts doing press conference saying, we're out of it, we're out of it. It's just a word, okay? You know in your life what's going on. Do you have a job? Do you not have a job? What's going to happen? What's not going to happen? That's the important stuff. So these are just numbers on a large scale, which may not affect you at all. We may having a strong economy, you get laid off. Or we may have a shitty economy and you get a raise. Who the hell knows? But what does matter is the cost of goods, right? So that is going to come into play. So instead of freaking about whether we're actually in a recession or not, just invest. Don't day trade. Just invest like you normally would. Think long term. My prediction is that no one will ever actually admit we're in a recession until about 6 months from now, and they'll say, well, we're recovering from a recession. So it's going to be when they can post it as good news. And again, I need help. Blue collar finance works, but if you guys can come up with a better name for something with common sense financial terms for the normal people, let me know. I'd love to hear other ideas.